I need those hands one more time. Thank you, DJ. Take it down. Okay, with much respect, His Excellency, I would say before you have your seats, I want to take pictures with you at the red carpet. We appreciate everyone take pictures with you at the red carpet. Please, we can just move here to the red carpet while we take a picture with His Excellency, World President, please. Thank you so much. DJ, give me some songs. We can all join him right here while we take, this memorable picture, please. Thank you so much. DJ, give me some music on the background. Thank you so much.
어느 날 그대와 함께한 시간들 햇살 속에 반짝이는 그대의 미소 눈을 감아도 떠오르는 그 순간 우리의 발자국은 영원히 남아 달콤한 추억 그대와 나 시간이 멈춘 듯한 그날들 그리움 속에 피어나는 사랑 우리의 마음속에 영원히 남아 여름밤 햇빛 아래 속삭임 함께 어느 날 그대와 함께한 시간들 햇살 속에 반짝이는 그대의 미소 눈을 감아도 떠오르는 그 순간 우리의 발자국은 영원히 남아 달콤한 추억 그대와 나
Everyone, thank you for your patience.
So let's sit down here.
Good to see you.
Okay, welcome to Minnesota. For those that flew outside the state, welcome to the United States of America. Welcome to the county of Olmsted, Minnesota. This is Rochester, and I'm honored and privileged to actually be the master of ceremony for this wonderful event tonight. His Excellency, the Ambassador, the World Leader Ambassador, we have him right here, Pastor Staffson, and also we have His Excellency's eminent ambassadors also in the house, and the awardees and distinguished guests. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor. I'm going to be calling on Pastor is going to lead us in the opening prayer of this occasion today. Sorry, his name sometimes keeps my memory, but definitely I have it right here. We have the pastor also just to lead us in today's opening prayer. Pastor or Prophet Ologbonyo. Pastor Ologbonyo. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Shall we pray? Heavenly Father, we thank you, we appreciate you for your love and kindness. Thank you for giving us another special day. Thank you for counting us worthy to be among the living today. And we commit all we are going to do here into your cares. We want you to take absolute control. We want you to take preeminence. And then at the end of everything, let your name be glorified. For in Jesus' name we have prayed.
Amen. Thank you very much, Pastor. Without much ado, we're going to be having the convener of the speech today, His Eminence, His Excellency, Ambassador Professor Olanrewaju Abraham. So before his speech, we're going to have something projected on the screen.
Good evening to everybody. I'd like you to just welcome somebody by your side.
You are welcome. You are welcome.
Welcome to this hour of peace. Welcome to this hour of honor. Welcome to this hour of transformation. I'd like you to know that you are not walking out of this place the same way you walk in here. Transformation is about to happen. And I'm going to tell you one or two things that is going to happen to you through this event. The award that you are receiving tonight, we don't call it award, we call it an appointment. And this is not an attempt to add a title to your name. It's an attempt to saddle you with a new responsibility. The world is saturated with all manners of conflicts, commotion, challenges, fights. We have a right to peace. One of the major reasons why the United Nations was established is to champion peace among nations. And your coming here tonight is to initiate you into partnership with the United Nations. As you will be honored today with the honor of the eminent peace ambassador, you will be becoming a global diplomat. Your name will go into the United Nations database as an advocate of peace. And there are so many things that is attached or accrued to that. I will tell you more when it's about time for you to receive this award. I want to welcome us once again, and I want to appreciate you for coming. Congratulations, congratulations, and congratulations.
Thank you very much, Ambassador. Those words, wonderful. So it's not an award, it's not a title, right? It is what? It is an appointment, which means it is a responsibility. There's a responsibility that after today that is placed on us, which means that the things we've been doing, right, we do much more. Ambassador, am I right?
That's right.
I don't want to quote you out of it. We do much more. The world needs peace, right? And we've been given this responsibility. So it's not about we going around and say, I'm an ambassador this, right? Show us your workings. Show us your workings. Again, once again, please your hands for Ambassador for that wonderful speech. Again, without much ado, I'm going to be welcoming, I'm going to be having keynote speeches, which we have the program on our table right there. And we'll have His Excellency, the world President, Ambassador Paz Tafsin is going to be giving us the keynote speech today. And remember again, it's a World Tourism Day, right? World Tourism Day. And we know what tourism is all about. It's also part of where we exchange our cultures, right? Getting to know people, right? And also in doing what is placed on us, that responsibility of also making sure that, we have a peaceful environment, a peaceful community, and a peaceful world. So where we're having them get ready, we have the papers which are distributed along the line. Later on, like I mentioned, I'm going to pick it up from us. Please just complete the part that okay, you understand, and I'll take it from there. So, ladies and gentlemen, like I mentioned earlier, my name is Olushola Olorintola, a master of ceremony for this day. And we have the programs and a lot of things going to be happening today, a lot of activities. We're going to be having our own Dr. Anna as well. She's going to be, talking about, what she knows how to do best. She's going to talk about that as well. And also, again, to appreciate those that came far, and for us that even live close by, we appreciate ourselves from the part of today's meeting. So right about now, the DJ is going to just give us some music while we get things rolling from there. Thank you. I'll be right back. of branches to peace. Do you think if I ask one or two person, what do you think peace is? Do you think we're gonna get the same answer? Are we gonna get the same answer? Dr. Jegede, I'm not gonna put you on the seat, but right about now, I know your hustle and our day here. I wanna ask you a question. When it comes to peace, what do you think peace is and what is peace all about?
Well, simply put, peace is the absence of wars and chaos.
He said, simply put, peace is the absence of war and chaos. I'll come to my pastor. You know, maybe we'll have some biblical when it comes to peace. Pastor, sir, when it comes to peace, how do we picture peace? What do you think peace should be or peace ought to be?
All right, thank you very much. Peace is love. Without love, you can't have peace. Love overlooks things. Love forgives. Love does so many things. Without love, there's no peace. So without peace, there's no love. Thank you.
Wow. Without love, there's no peace. Without peace, there's no love. So you can't give what you don't have, right? If you don't have love, if you don't have peace, how can you give what you don't have, right? But since we have this appointment upon us, this responsibility, I know definitely we know how to do that, right? Do we have any of the awardees here? Any of the awardees? Okay, I have them right here. I have them right here. Okay, so far so good. So far so good. In your community, in your own way, how have you been able to contribute to the peace that we have where you are? Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Fumi Fawainu and I am a registered nurse by profession. A critical care one is my background. But now I am a nurse educator, and the one thing in the last 4 years after COVID that I realized was a lot of people were jaded. A lot of doctors, nurses were jaded because of the amount of people that died during COVID. And so there was no peace in the workplace. As a nurse educator, I try in my own capacity to spread peace in little ways. For instance, whenever I have a new set of nurse residents, I always let them know that it's gonna get hard, but we're each other's keepers. And in a world where there's so much division, so much chaos, I try to be an agent of peace through my actions, through the way that I care for patients, through the way that I onboard new nurse residents, and also in my community with my friends. Thank you.
Please, I need those hands, please. I need those hands, please. And this is more responsibility for you. Thank you so much for that. More responsibility. Do I have another awardees right here? I can see many of you right here. I know you're here. Do I have another awardees? I think you're here. I know you people by face. I know. I'm coming to meet you, madam. Okay then. So, in what way have you been able to impact your community?
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Monica. I want to say peace is a state of tranquility and the state of peace and freedom at all times. I am a lecturer. I have been teaching for the past 12 years. You know, most times back home, Africa, we have much of cultism, issue with students, examination malpractices, and all the rest. Being a lecturer and a peace ambassador, it is important to let every student know that you can succeed without being violent. You can succeed without joining any other societal influence that could impact you negatively. So I know in as much as I have been a lecturer, I have been talking about that, teaching that in the classroom, the four walls of the school, and letting every student know that society, we need peace in our society, we need tranquility in our society, and we need freedom for everyone. In as much as you're surviving, let there be peace, and thereby we having a good and better society to live in. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Wow, wow, that is beautiful. So like His Excellency, the ambassador mentioned earlier, when he talked about, he said responsibility. I know we've all been doing a lot of things for our community. I know we've been doing a lot of things for organization. And we know having this, it's not an award, having this responsibility on our shoulder, we know definitely it's a key that opens a lot of doors, right? So how are we going to use those doors to better our community, right? If you've been doing A, so now you're expected to do B to Z, am I right? So the B to Z right now, I'm going to call on someone, I just want to let you know what I'm going to expect you to talk about, the B to Z. So with this responsibility that we're going to be having, because henceforth you're going to be called His Excellency, right? Our Excellency Ambassador. Ambassador, your workings, what have you been doing? Which means that the next meeting that we're going to be having, United Nations, right? We should be able to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sure, before we meet, we should be seeing you update that, wow, this is what this person is doing, right? This is how this person is contributing to the society. We didn't just give you this responsibility to just sit and just go around and just change your status on your social media, jokes on me. But okay, what have we done? So right about now, we have a lot of awardees in the house. So with this responsibility, right, what do you think you're going to do more for your community? Do we have anybody here that want to talk about that? Okay. I have, please, ladies and gentlemen, please jam your hands for her.
Hello everyone, my name is Omoyemi Akinwande. What I'll do more after this assignment, this responsibility, currently with my NGO, Even and Love, under the flagship of the Hills and the Valley, we support women. I'm a women ambassador. I support women. We support women in my organization, young girls that have been through abuse, that are orphans. As one myself at a very young age and having suffered amenorrhea as a 9-year-old child, my NGO look out for girls that have bleeding problems, either at the normal age or at a very young age, like I did myself. We look out for them, provide pads, sanitary towels for young girls way back in Nigeria. And we are pushing or making efforts to even increase what we do for young girls and women here in the United States. I've also, through my book, The Hills and the Valley, all right, you can get your copy on Amazon, and also through my journal, 365 Days of Building Strength Through the Hills and Valleys of Life, help young women who are going through marital issues, women going through divorce issues, women whose home are stable, whose home are good, but how do you navigate the issues of life? How do you conquer the problems of life? It's not just the physical, there's also the spiritual aspect of life, the psychological, the mental. Like we all know, it's a stressed out world right now. As women that carry the shoulder, the power of a family. See, if you see a family thriving, check out the woman. If you see a family failing, check out the woman. There seems to be a lot on us that we even realize. You worry about the husband, you worry about the kids, you worry about your career, you worry about your spiritual life, your growth, and you are responsible for everyone. But who takes care of you? How do you build strength? How do you become who you want to be, who you are meant to be? Through my journal, I put things a lot here. It's not just a journal, it's a 5-in-1 journal, worksheets, unique quotes that are not AI related. They weren't produced by ChatGPT. They were things I went through in 5 years of trying to save my home, trying to save my marriage, the pain I bore, how I tried to salvage the situation before it eventually felt like the water surpassed me and I just got buried in it all. Those were the quotes I put together. The Bible parts that I read, the life experiences They were what informed the quotes you will find in this book. So with this, with Even and Love, the Hills in the Valley, my commitment, our commitment through this life's journey is to help women. You are not alone. We so feel alone sometimes that you go in the corner of your room and cry out the stress. You don't even know who to look up to except to turn to heaven and say, come to my rescue. If you believe in God, I hope you do, because that's the only thing. That's the only person, the only one that can help us out with all the load that we bear and carry. So I hope with this statement of mine, I've been able to share with you that knowing this, giving this award, it's not even the title, it's not the showmanship, it's not the Instagram, it's not the pictures. For me, it's how do I keep helping women? How do I keep helping young girls? I've lost both of my parents. I can't say that I never missed. At age 16 and 19, at 19 I became a full-blown orphan. I'm almost 40 now, or 40 something. I don't even remember. Stress. Thank you all so much. Love you.
Wow. That was beautiful. Oh my goodness. That was beautiful. So that brings me to this. I know we have some people here that want to say, so that brings me to this. So I have a foundation called the Omoluabi Autistic Foundation, right? And helps integrate, when it comes to communication, helping the family of the autistic community here in Minnesota and also in Nigeria, because there's a kind of stigma around it, right? Which we try as much as possible to make sure we get that stigma out. And I'll give you an example. For families that, maybe you have a kid on the spectrum, knowing this very early as a child would have been better to, we have, when it comes to the states that actually provide a 100% facility, for autistic community, we have Minnesota and Massachusetts. So in Minnesota here, there is, a lot of availabilities for the autistic community, but a lot of times people in my community, they stay aback, right? Because they don't, because they feel, how am I going to let people know that this is what I have, right? And they don't know that it's always good to access that very early to be able to have, someone to help. And this is even here where we have the facility. How much more where I come from, Nigeria, right? Where most of the time, this has caused separation between the father and the mother, where the owner's responsibility is now left with the mother to take care of the child. We know here in Minnesota, you can be paid as a parent to take care of that child, right? But in Nigeria, it's not like that. So that's actually my own foundation in making sure, we provide our succor, the basic needs for the families in Nigeria, work with the government of Minnesota, work with the government of Nigeria to make sure that I'm doing my own part, because it takes a village to raise a child, right? It takes every one of us to actually have that great impact, not just in our community, but where we originally came from, right? Where we see that, okay, things are needed here. This is what I can do. This is how I can contribute to this. Oh, I see an opportunity here in Minnesota where we can help people. Jump on it. Oh, I see an opportunity back there where we can actually have a lane. Because right here, like was mentioned, it's a responsibility that's going to open doors for us. So with that, we can actually, do our home part, right? We won't join the bandwagons to say, oh, that country can never be better, that community can never be better. No. Now we know that we can do something, right? Now we know that we have a lot, and you've been identified, you've been nominated to say, okay, take this so that, people can actually join and support what you're doing. Anyways, let's put my stories aside. It's just to give you an intro to that. So back to what I was saying, right? I think we have one or two people here that also have a project, right? One or two people that you have a project that you're actually doing, you're working on, right? That we're doing for our community, right? Yes or no? Yes or no? We do have a project. We do have that foundation. So in the next few minutes, I will have His Excellency is going to speak. So do we have the forms? Has it been completed? Do I have everybody's? Everybody, right? We have everything, right? Okay, thank you so much. Well, before we move on to what we have next on the agenda, DJ, please give us some music while I get some extra right here. Thank you.
Okay. I have a speech just today on the World Tourism and Tours Day. Distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues and fellow peace advocates. Today we gather to celebrate the transformative power of tourism as we mark World Tourism Day. We recognize the profound connection between tourism and peace. Sustainable tourism has the potential to transform communities, create jobs, foster inclusion, and strengthen local economies. Tourism brings gaps between nations, fosters international understanding, and promotes cultural exchange. In a world increasingly divided by geopolitical tensions, economic disparities, and cultural misunderstandings, tourism offers a unique avenue for building lasting connections worldwide. As we reflect on the theme Tourism and Peace, we acknowledge the vital role of this sector in fostering peace and understanding between nations and cultures. By valuing and preserving culture and natural heritage, tourism can help reduce tension and nurture peaceful coexistence between nations and communities. To harness the transformative power of tourism, we must encourage entrepreneurial ventures, particularly in emerging destinations and post-conflict areas. This will stimulate local economies and create opportunities for communities to thrive and create jobs. As we celebrate tourism, let us travel with responsibility, build bridges, and promote mutual respect among other cultures and nations. Every traveler can be an ambassador, engaging with local population and recognize our diversity and share humanity. Together we can leverage the power of tourism to advance peace and prosperity for all. Ladies and gentlemen, may I at this point appreciate the effort of Professor Ambassador Peter Abraham, Dr. Anna, I cannot pronounce the second part, but you know who it is? Okay. And our spokesman, Mr. Emmanuel, the World Peace spokesman, and to every other person that I'm not able to mention their names, but be rest assured that your work for peace is rewarded by God, whose men on earth would acknowledge and be remembered for eternity. Thank you.
Thank you, His Excellency. Thank you for that speech. Thank you very much for that. That was a wonderful one on tourism and also on peace. We're going to make sure we speed up what we have on ground. And I'm going to call next, but I'll just get already Dr. Hannah. Please, once again, please your hands for Dr. Hannah, please. Dr. Hannah. Very, please, I need those hands. When it comes to community, when it comes to people, person, definitely she puts everybody ahead of her. She puts everybody on her mind. I was privileged, in short, I was privileged to be in her office, a couple of weeks ago, and I can tell you in a minute she receives like 4 to 5 calls. 4 to 5 calls. And what they're calling her for is solution, and she's providing solutions right there. If you know her, am I right? Yes. She's providing solutions back to back, thinking for people, thinking ahead, making sure she stayed late. If she told you the truth, the story behind what happened 2 days ago, that I'll let the cat out of the bag. She didn't sleep all night. She was awake all night, not for herself, not for our kids, but for us, to make sure we have a wonderful avenue like this, to make sure we have a comfortable, not just to, even yesterday, even last night. Thank you so much, Dr. Ann, for what you do. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Yeah, I want to say a very big thank you for everyone for making it possible, especially those who travel far. I have a lot of people here from Texas, Maryland, Indianapolis, New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, Georgia, and and those from Nigeria, England, Germany. So for everybody who have made it possible to be here, I'm saying thank you. Oh, from Denmark. Yeah, the president is from Denmark, yes. According to Ola, we're having an issue on
Dr. Azad from India.
Oh yes, and Dr. Azad from India. So according to Dr. Ola, on Thursday, Friday night, we'll hardly sleep. We had the world president in transit, and we're having issue with the ESTA, the emergency, the travel document, you know. So we're trying to. So all through the night, I was calling just to make sure he has the ESTA approval. So 2 a.m., 3 a.m., we're just following up because he has missed his flight. And I want to say a big thank you because even right now, when we started, it was like, because he's been in transit for the last 3 days. So he needed to go rest or go sleep. So I'll make this speech very brief. So good day, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues and friends. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to today's UN Peace Ambassador Award event. Team, Humanitarian Opportunity for Your U.S. Immigration Dream. My name is Dr. Anna Adepoju. I am the CEO of Divine Immigration and Education Consultancy. We have a long-standing history of helping immigrants who are going through tough times to secure their immigration documents and overall guarantee a better life of safety, dignity, and peace for them in the U.S. The United States, a beacon of hope. The United States has long been a beacon of hope for those fleeing persecution, seeking safety, and striving for a better life through programs such as refugee resettlement, asylum, and special visa initiatives. Countless lives have been transformed, and the American dream has been realized for many. Humanitarian pathway to American dream. So these are part of the pathway. This program includes the United States Refugee Resettlement Program, the Asylum Program, Temporary Protected Status, which is called the Benefits of Humanitarian Program, Your Path to American Dream, and Call to Action. I encourage all of you to exploit these programs and seek the support you need to embark on this journey. And we at Divine Immigration are always here to assist immigrants. Though we're talking about humanitarians too, we have people who are facing war from their own country, and there are people of substance, people who are graduates, and just because they don't know somebody to help them, we as ambassador for peace, there are lots we can do to help our fellow citizens. I have lots of people who are doctors, medical doctors or doctor of book from their countries, and they are not aware they could have their green cards sometimes within 3 months, within 6 months. They could have a pathway to become a US citizen, I mean, to have green card. So before I end, I know there are rooms, there will be few people who want, there are some things that you are not too sure of. You'll be wondering, and I will allow 4 people to ask questions, and I will be glad to answer them.
Maybe question for a friend or a family, because this is a huge, I'm not going to put it again. Please, a warm applause for Dr. So I know definitely you might not have a direct question, but maybe on behalf of a friend or a family, and let me throw a question out. So, people would say we have a high influx of people coming into the United States, right? And we have more people seeking for asylum. We have the ones that have, been on asylum for like maybe 9, 10 years, and they're looking at it, and now that we have more people coming in, when is it going to be my turn? When are they going to call me for an appointment?
Thank you. Yes, that is also another serious question or difficult question to answer. I've had people who have been on asylum in the last 10 years. They are just renewing their work authorization. Yes, they have the legal right to live and work in the US, but most of them are waiting, oh, when would I have my green card? When is my asylum going to be approved for me to have a pathway? And a lot of them want to go back to their own country or visit friends. So it's a question that is difficult to answer, especially since COVID. There have been more backlog in almost all immigration, almost US immigration applications. Sometimes people used to think that marriage-based application is faster. I've seen applicants since COVID or before COVID who have still been on marriage-based application in the last 6 years. And I've seen people that get their case approved within a space of 3 months. I've seen people that get their case approved within the space of 45 days. So, having said this, right now I think they are working more, like those who are doing the employment base, EB1 or EB2 and EB2 NIW. These are self-petitions that grant you green card without the need for an employer. So now there is a program. Filing this application, they are asking every applicant to make a payment of $300 or $600 to support asylum backlog. So everybody, the petition, the form I-140 for the EB2 NIW or EB1 is $715, but you will just read it online and submit this petition. Only for your application to be rejected. They will tell you you have not made another extra payment. So if you are at least every self-petition applicant is expected to have an employer 0 to 25, and so there's a way you have to pay $600 or $300 extra fee. So they want to use it to support the backlog in asylum application. There are more backlogs in immigration courts, and there are more backlogs with USCIS. So when people ask me this question, it is difficult to give an answer. I have seen cases like I have a client that just filed an asylum within 30 days and the case got approved. And I still have someone who has been on asylum in the last 11 years. Work authorization. So it's always difficult to give these clients, oh, you will get your case. You just tell them, one thing I tell most of my clients, hope and trust in God.
Thank you. Thank you for that. So speaking of EB2, because Divine Immigration is live right now on Facebook, and we have people across the world, Nigerians also watching, and I'm sure we have people of they're into a profession, right? So they want to be sure what professions can actually, qualify for an EB2, and they don't have to be like, okay, we tried, but it's not working, because we have a lot of people where they get more of their information from his friends, families, and not from a professional or a specialist in that field. But since we have you here, I know definitely you have an answer to that.
Well, seek professionals when you are doing this application. People will always tell me, so I have a client, he called me. I was like, oh, I'm a business, I have business management, and I've never seen anyone, or I've read through online that they will never approve this self-petition, EB2 or EB1, because it's only meant for science people. And I told the client, well, I don't know where you are having this information, but these are what you see online. But once we do the proposal and build a very strong, I would just say seek professional. So it is not an application that sometimes when you see what is online and people follow it. I've seen a client of mine, he has attempted 4 times. I think the last time he made payments, he did premium process, which is $2,805. He did concurrently, and all his money order got missing, which is about $5,000. And he has to come back to file all over. So, and that money was missing. So, EB2 NIW, EB1, EB3, EB4, these are all employment-based visa. The EB3, EB2, we have EB2, EB2 NIW. EB2, you need an employer. But NIW is National Interest Waiver. You are telling the US government, I have all the qualification. I'm a nurse, I'm a doctor, I'm an engineer, I'm in computer IT and all the rest. I don't need an employer. So once you are able to do the job very well, you actually qualify for your green card application.
Thank you very much. I need those answers. I know there's a lot of questions. There are a lot of questions that I would have loved to, but again, seek professional. She is always a phone call away, and she's just a stone throw for some of us. Thank you very much, Dr. Anna. Thank you so much. Dr. Hannah, please don't go. Now we're beginning to see questions, please.
I just want to ask this question. Can you change the route to getting residency in the US? Let's say somebody started with asylum. Are there other routes?
Yes.
That is to say, you want to convert, you want to leave asylum, you want to go through other routes.
Yes. A lot of people don't know that you can have 4 different or 5 different immigration benefits at the same time. You can file an asylum today and decide to file EB2 NIW tomorrow, and decide to file O1 visa tomorrow, and decide to file H1B visa the next day. They're all different departments, and one is not affecting the other. But the only thing is, if your I-94 has expired, as at the time your asylum was filed, or other immigration, if it has expired, it is difficult for you having other immigration benefits. But I've seen a lot of my clients that I have a client currently has 6 different immigration benefits. She's a student. She still keep renewing B1, B2. I don't know why she's doing that. So she has J1. She has O visa, L visa. You understand? She has 6. But just 3 weeks ago, she got her green card approved. So you understand? So you can have many immigration benefits, and just they don't affect each other as long as you have the money to keep filing at the same time.
Okay, don't go here, Dr. Hannah. I think Dr. Jegede is here he wants to, he has a question for us. Again, different pathways.
This is not a question per se. I just want to personally appreciate Dr. Adeko for what she's doing. It's always very great when you identify why God sent you to this part of existence. And as a benefactor, I'm a benefactor of Dr. Aliko. I want to advise every one of us. You see this thing? This is the greatest gift that we're taking out of this place. Give it to people. There are people that need her. She's like a liberation. You know somebody going through stuff, Dr. Adepoju's phone should be ringing hard from henceforth. Believe me sincerely. I'm telling you, she has solution. I don't want to say more than
just in line with what our doctor here said, I live by a very simple creed. It doesn't take much for a lit candle to light another candle.
Absolutely.
It doesn't take much to put a smile on another person's face. Simply wear one. Our blessings are not blessings until they affect the lives of other people. And most importantly, people who do not have access to such resources or such blessings. So today I want to join you and every other person here to thank you. I am a recipient of your kind gestures as well. And I hope that you grow from strength to strength.
Amen.
And we continue to reap the benefits of your presence in this generation.
Wow. I'm a benefactor. The B uppercase, the E-N-E factor uppercase.
Thank you so much for that wonderful presentation, Dr. Adepoju. You know, I was so touched, I didn't want to talk, but I have to, just because of what Dr. My friend, Dr. Tegede said. There are so many of us who brought our PhD in here, and we came here, we got stuck. I'm a beneficiary too. I won the NIW, I won the EB1A exceptional ability, and my asylum was there for more than 7 years. I even engaged with the office of a senator to help. At some point, they will say I've been referred to the immigration court. It's frustrating. When we talk about peace, you might be making money, but you won't be at peace. You are not at peace because you don't have a status. I remember the last time we were together, I was telling her, I will always call her in the night. How will they understand that a whole doctor does not have papers? And I work in the community, I help a lot of people. There was a time I got a contract from a county, and it's just to help people that are in removal proceedings. She helped me with more than 17 people to get their papers, and I didn't get mine. So frustrating that there was lack of peace. Sometimes, there was a time I invited her to join me at a program I came for in Rochester. As they were talking, I was so touched, and I said, why don't we have an easy pathway to getting green cards? And because immigrants, we are full of potentials. We have businesses, we are doing well, but when you come across a person like Dr. Anna Adepoju, she's a game changer. I can say that. I got my green card last month, after 7 years. But one thing I want you to know, you cannot miss it in the place of prayer. When you get stuck, it's only God that can give that hope and transform the situation and restore you to your normal self. So I want to say we are doing this. There should be a connection between the peace and getting your status. Without you having a status in America, you are not at peace. I pray the Lord will give us peace in Jesus' name.
Thank you so much. We have someone over there. We have a lot of people that want to say a whole lot. And we're going to do this, pretty quick. Let me start from home.
Just to add up to what everyone has said about Dr. Adepoju, and she has really touched lives positively. And but I have a question too. A friend of mine was discussing something with me. I think he came through the border, and then he's scared of even applying because he feels he came in illegally, and he doesn't know what would be of him or what will become of him. Then he's so scared that at the end of the day, what if he just has work authorization and social? Will he ever have a green card because of the way he came into the country? I'll end it and still say that I want to thank you, Doctor, and you know you've impacted me positively. You know everyone I sent to you, you've made them smile, and that alone is a blessing. Thank you for all you do. I really love you.
We're going to come to that question. Let me take, sorry, I have to take the last person for the night. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. My name is Ferrari Tonia. I'm an actress from Nigeria. I want to thank you, man. God bless you. When I came into this country, I came because I lost my mom and I got into some problems. In Nigeria, where you help people and you say the truth, it gets you into bigger problems. I lost my mom through, she was sick, and when she died, I tried to help people in the hospital. Like, I was able to help my mom in a way because I was known and I know people. Then I noticed in the hospital there, because they treat my mom specially because of me. So it's a long story. But why I am saying this is when I go here, you know, back home, when you're a celebrity, everybody knows you, you command stuff, and you now come here and you have to start from the scratch. When I met her, I was at like more than bottom. If there's anything more than bottom, I'm like, and she's just like an angel. There is one thing about her, why I connected her to people I know, it's because the way she talks to you. Yeah. It's not, you know, some people, when you are good at what you do, you put pride. Yeah. This woman knows what she does, and she put humility and God. And she would, see, today she would tell me, don't worry. Apart from my immigration issues, I talk to her personal issue because I trust her that much. So when celebrity come here, I said, if you're working on the truth and it gets you into trouble, come here. I know someone that is still going to help you. I'm still helping foundations, people with foundations, and with the help of her, that God is using her, and I'll continue to pray for her that God will not leave you, God will not leave your family. Amen. What God is, this potential and this gift that is more than you, that God gave to you, because when she talks to you, no matter how, like, your mind is like your trouble, like, oh, I got this letter, she's like, don't worry. That don't worry will just drop the peace in your heart. It's not about this award. God has given you this peace and ambassadorship from above, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Ferrari. I think she, if you look online and Punch newspaper for 2018, her story is there. And she's on Instagram. I follow you, so maybe I'll get my... Okay, back to the question now.
Yes, those who come through the border, I think the only, except you, if you look into the projector, you'll see humanitarian grants. If you are paroled into the country, there are instances where parents will be here, their kids are back home, they are going through challenges. There is a way you can bring them on humanitarian parole, so without a visa. But in that case, you will be able to adjust status instantly. But those who come through the border, they are called entrance without inspection, EWI. So entrance without inspection does not mean you will not get your green card. I've seen lots of clients but so when you go through the border and they parole you into they don't normally parole you, but they give you a court day, which is referral to immigration court. That does not mean you, in the past they call it deportation order, but that doesn't mean the US government is about to deport you. They believe something, there was a reason you came through the border, and that reason the body, the United States Citizen and Immigration, does not have the power. So they are referring you to immigration court. because they are the one who have the power to grant your request. So if your person came through the border and he or she is scared to go to the hearing, in his absence or absence will be ordered deportable, and that is the worst part of it. So if they are referred to immigration courts, they should please attend their hearing. It's just 2 hearings. The first one is called master calendar hearing. That just take about 5 minutes hearing. Everybody is in some seats just like this, and they call you by your alien number. They just want to ask you, why are you here? So they call it notice to appear. It's just an appearance. And failure to attend that hearing, it's automatic deportation. The immigration judge will order you deportable. And the next hearing is individual hearing. Now they want to know the reason you came through the border. And the only thing available to you is an asylum. If you do not file an asylum, the immigration judge will tell you, then why are you here? So you need to seek an humanitarian reason why they must not deport you. And one of these reasons is an asylum. So at that time, you are able to tell them why you flee your country, and once you are able to go through the process, then you should be granted. But if they are in hideout, I've seen a lot of my clients who will come to me after 30 years. I've been in this country for 30 years. What happened? Yes, I came through the border and I'm scared to go to court. And sometimes I tell them, well, it's not too late. But sometimes, you know, they feel like after 30 years and the US government will deport me. They are scared. But so for that, your friend, tell him or her, the US government that I know, they love immigrants, especially those fleeing persecution, and they have been so helpful to them, especially in the state of Minnesota, where we have the base of the Somalia. To those of us who are living in the Twin City of Rochester, we see how they feel comfortable, their families, they stay around together, you understand? So although they are being paroled, I mean, those people are being paroled as refugees. But those who come through the border, once you go to immigration court, you are able to tell the US government why you came through the border. And that is an administrative issue. So when you receive a letter that, or they issued it at point of entry, that you be referred to immigration court, it doesn't mean they want to deport you. They just want you to tell them the reason why you came through the border. Thank you.
Tell me, give me one reason why you don't need a Dr. Anna in your life or in your friends' lives. Please, ladies and gentlemen, please, a warm appreciation for Dr. Anna. That was a beautiful speech. If we had 20 years for her to talk, she would talk. She's an old, when we talk about information on immigration, just don't go anywhere. Just go to her. Go and meet Dr. Adepoju. Sometimes when you meet her, you'll be like, where have you been all this while? Why was it that when I entered this country, you were not the first person I met? But you know, one funny thing is, most of the time, when we come into the country, we think our families or our friends that we met, they have the information, right? They want to give you that impression that I have all the information and all of that. But eventually, you might be looking at another 5, 6, 7 years before you discover that you've been on the wrong path of information. That's why one thing I can tell you is, you have your friend just coming in, you have a friend, even your enemies, please refer them to Dr. Anna. Dr. Anna is an angel that we have now, right? True or false? Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. That was a wonderful one. Oh my goodness. Let's come back to here. Yes, we're here. She took us in a long journey, and that was a beautiful journey. Thank you very much, Dr. Hannah. Without much ado, I know we don't have His Excellency Gaston Afoso, the president right here, but we also appreciate him as well right here. And I don't know if we have His Royal Highness Ambassador in Guayama and the Ambassador, but I know definitely Ambassador can say something on behalf, but maybe not now yet, right, Ambassador? Okay, we have Ambassador. Ambassador want to give us just a keynote, right? Do you want to do that for her? Would you like to? Okay, thank you, Ambassador. Ambassador said I'll reserve my speech for later on. Okay, let me move on real quick. We already have Dr. Anna with our speech, wonderful one. And I know we're all waiting for that award presentation, right? We're waiting for that moment, right? So I want DJ, I need that music to just make us feel relaxed. So we'll move on to the next, what we have on our schedule. Thank you very much. So right now, for the next few minutes, please, I want us to, grab a meal, right? It's just right behind the corner over there. I don't have to call the tables in order. I know definitely we can get that done ourselves. So we can go over there. The food is available. Please feel free. Grab food, grab drinks, and we'll go from there. Just give me a minute. Okay then, let's go for the food. Let's go for a drink. Let's refresh. Then we're gonna come back for the main. Thank you very much. DJ, give me some music.